most of these new mods for SnowRunner. Now, as you can see here, just from this new iX F750, I've got on the back of the car trailer at the moment the new Nissan Navara. Now, most of you may look at this and go, oh yeah, it's an F-150. You'd be wrong. It actually is a Nissan Navara that someone has mocked up because, as you know, the game isn't licensed on consoles who have licensed and trademarked brands. The PC version does. They have licenses to have those brands on there. So it's a mock-up of an F-150 and an NP300 Navara. But it actually still looks good. I mean, it's either one, really. The new off-road trailers, they go well off-road. The active suspension is really well done in these. You should just pay attention to what I'm doing. These trailers are definitely worth having. Go anywhere you want them to. Okay, now we've seen what this F750 can do because we've also got its big brother, the monstrosity version of this, which is the tow truck. Then you've got the actual monstrosity that goes with it. Now, what we're going to do is activate the ramp. And this is a tilt-back trailer, so it's easy to load vehicles on and off. And all we have to do is unpack trucks. And we will shut this one down. Change truck to the Frogs Titan. Titan Maximus. Do the handbrake, let it roll off. Now this one does have adaptive suspension in it, so I can actually raise it up and down if I want to, change suspension mode, jack it up, or we can lower it back down. It works best with its adaptive suspension when it's lowered down. The higher up is just for getting over big tall obstacles such as rocks and that kind of thing. But as you can see, this thing flexes so very well. And honestly, it is one of those mods that I think has just had the time, someone has had the time to do it properly, make it properly, and make sure that everything works. I mean, look at it. This thing is an absolute weapon. Now, if I go ahead and jack it up from here, it doesn't look as good when it flexes though. As you can see, it's not really that great when it flexes, because it doesn't flex the whole way like it should. But if we lower it back down, then you can really see how much this thing is actually flexing. It comes with 3 engine options. You've got V8, V6, or the standard 4-cylinder twin-turbo diesel. But today we're going to be using V8 twin-turbo diesel Power Stroke. Now this engine is really doing it for me, honestly. I haven't got one complaint about this truck. This thing is doing it so very easily. There is no strain, but you can see where the other iX rolled over just because it's so big and it's so tall that once it gets on a bit of a lean, that's it rolls over. It's a monster truck, so it's not really meant to be doing this. I thought it was a mud bogging truck, but it turns out wrong. It's more of a, climb over cars sort of monster truck. That's it. It's not meant to be going through mud bogs. Right now we're using the Maxxis Rock Crawler all-terrain tyres. And these are working an absolute treat. No wheel slippage, nothing. This thing is moving on its own free will. This might be, I don't know if this is part of a rock climbing trail, I don't know. But we will see if we can get up this. Which means we might have to go to... Oop. raised suspension. Go very low gear. Now be advised, this does have all-wheel drive and diff lock constantly on. Can get fatter tyres for this, you can put quasis on this, but you know what, it's a rock crawler to me, so I want to use it to the best of its abilities as a rock crawler. And it's actually doing quite well with just these tyres and the suspension alone. Yeah, no, that's just a drop off down in there. There is no way to get out of that if we fall down in there. Now, the later mods that do come out, yes, they're going to have updated suspension like these trucks, and this is what we want, is these realistic looking trucks for MudRunner, SnowRunner, and even the original spin tyres. I haven't played the original spin tyres on PC for quite some time, but definitely the console versions of these are definitely better. The graphics card, everything works so much better compared to PC. Just because the graphics, the trees aren't 2D images. The trees are actually, they actually look like very real. Now if you're looking console, those trees down there look very, very realistic. Go right on the rock shelf, trying to fall off. Okay, we come back to automatic. Just kick it into overdrive and get out of here. Just so you know, we are on, what's the map? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to give me a moment. Oh, this is the summer proving grounds. So we have a series of, look, as you can see, that's where we just came from. This has all sorts of testing. There's even a big jump here as well that we can jump into. Have the hill climb. Assorted other tracks as well. Bog pits, we have a massive big lake that we've got to try and cross. But we're going to find out what she can do in a minute and see if she's going to do this water crossing. Oh. Honestly, I could go do that in reverse. That was too easy in this. Look at this. Do this in reverse. This thing just does it so easily. It does have a tow ball hitch on it, so we can tow trailers. It even has a gooseneck hitch in the back, right there. Out and show you that. We've got fuel tanks in the back, got repair points, and then we also got a gooseneck ball hitch in the back. But I'm guessing gooseneck trailers, they'll be coming out soon. They have said that they will be bringing out some trailers. Right, full speed ahead. Back at the garage again. Let's see how it handles extremely deep water. Look at that, it's got no problems on getting traction. Might as well go up and try this big jump and see if this thing's actually gonna launch the way we want it to. Believe it or not, that is the truck's horn, which is that song, Get Out the Way.
Oh, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Oh, 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 bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
That is a good fit. That is a good horn to have on a truck like this, because honestly you can't stop it. The thing just goes everywhere and anywhere. And yes, putting a good selection of tyres on this does always work. So since I've got rock crawler tyres on it, they hate the mud and they will not do well in mud at all. It just sits there and spins the wheels, it doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, if you want to take this thing through mud, make sure you put the quasi tyres on it, the monster quasis, and this thing will just glide straight through the mud. If you want to go out and have a rock crawling good day with your friends, then go for it. Go put the rock crawlers on like I've got on here. These are the Maxxis off-roading rock crawlers. Now, tyre brands they're allowed to put on here because, you know, they don't really have a license. They don't need one because there's a tyre. Car brands, however, it's totally different. Okay. Here we go. Swamp she does okay with rock crawlers on it, just doesn't do as well as it would do with mud tyres on it. Like it's still going pretty insanely quick through these bog holes. Like the traction in this is so good. Okay, but it doesn't come with a snorkel option, which is a bit of a pain.